Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to simple, quick, easy, and perfect thesis statements for IELTS 7+. So first thing we're going to do is say your point of view. Okay, so that seems obvious, but let's take a look at a student example. The student starts, at times it's believed that marriage could be done before the age of 30. However, this is completely irrelevant to the thesis. The thesis is your point of view. This is not necessary. I completely reject this notion. This is not necessary either. Completely reject. I believe that there are much more significant factors to be considered than age. Thus, the following essay shall discuss the same and draw a plausible conclusion. Okay, so what's wrong with this? Much more significant factors, just in terms of ideas. We need to know what those factors are. Okay, the following essay shall discuss the same. What? The same thing that you didn't tell me about. So let's take a look at how, so we got too many words and no clear point. Let's take another look. It's a bit better. While there are some benefits to getting a job straight after school, I would argue that it's better to go to college or university. Okay, so there's a clear argument, which we want to say in our point of view. That's good, okay? So what's wrong with it? Well, we'll get to that in part 2. So this is a simpler way. This essay will argue that fast food is bad. All right, nice and simple. Say your point of view. Very clear. You see, in the last one, it was a complex sentence. While there are many benefits, okay, but that's not the point. The point is the thesis. What is your point of view? That's what the examiner wants to know. And now we know very clearly. I don't have to read many words. Fast food is bad. Got it. The examiner goes, okay, I know your argument. I know what your point of view is. That's what you want, as quickly as possible. Tell the examiner what your point of view is. Okay? And again, don't say how extremely strongly you feel about it. It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. You just need to know what the point of view is. Okay, second thing you need to do. You need to give your 2 reasons. So, a student example here. I'm completely and utterly firmly believing that it's bad to eat fast food. I will show you many reasons why I believe this is the case. And the examiner goes, what reasons are you talking about? I have no idea what your essay is going to be about. And then the feeling of the examiner is not like, wow, I get you. The feeling is, what are you talking about? Okay? That is the number one problem that an examiner has and students have when they write, and an examiner when he reads. What are you talking about? So let's see how to do it. This essay will argue that eating fast food is harmful because it contains ingredients which damage the body and it pollutes the earth. So here we have the simple thesis, fast food is harmful. That's the base. Because now we're going to tell you the 2 reasons. It contains ingredients which damage the body and it pollutes the earth. So why do we have the 2 reasons in there? Let's take a look. What you're going to do is use those 2 reasons as your paragraphs. So there you have in your thesis the structure of the whole essay. You said you're going to argue fast food is harmful. Paragraph 1 is about ingredients. Paragraph 2 is about the environment. We'll go back and take a look. Because it contains ingredients, fast food's harmful. Why? Because this reason and this reason. Very, very clear. So if you write this in your thesis, you already know what your whole essay is going to be about. There's your whole essay done. You have those 2 ideas, you wrote them in your thesis. The examiner knows what your point of view is because task achievement is fully answering the question and fully explaining these. So if the examiner reads the intro and goes, oh, I know what you're going to talk about, he already has a good idea what you will say. That's called good, clear communication. If we go back, we're going to jump back quite a bit to the very first one, and I see this a lot with students. I completely reject this notion and believe that there are much more significant factors to be considered than age. You see the difference? What factors? What are you talking about? Thus, the following essay shall discuss the same. Okay, again, you've told me nothing. And draw a plausible conclusion. A conclusion to what? right? What conclusion are you going to draw from nothing? So you haven't, the thesis lays out the structure. If you can lay out the structure in your thesis, you know what your whole essay is going to be, and you can relax, write the essay nice and clear, okay? And you practice doing that, you'll get good at it really quickly. Okay, so here's the structure again. This essay will argue that guns should be banned. Okay, so here it is. Subject, verb, subject, verb, object, because they usually harm the person who bought them, and they can be used against civilians. So we have the point of view that we will show is true, or we will show why we believe they should be banned, and the reasons. They're harmful, and they can be used against civilians. So my example there would be in school shootings. So here's the structure. This essay will argue that subject, verb, object, because subject, verb, object, comma, and subject, verb, object. Now the other thing this thesis is doing for you is giving you, it's a full structure that you can follow. Firstly, it's very, very easy to practice. Secondly, for your grammar mark, you have a compound. That means you have subject, verb, object, comma, and subject, verb, object. That's compound. And you have because and a subject, verb, object before it, which is complex. Okay, and you're using that correctly, which is used incorrectly a lot of the time. So compound complex sentence, clear point of view, 2 reasons, you know what your essay is about, and you have the best chance at getting a high mark. Now this, where do I get this from? This responds to the banned descriptors. Okay, so I've got a course, and the whole course will walk you through every single bit of writing an essay so that you can perfect it and get a high mark. Okay, so like the video, subscribe it, get notifications. I'm putting more videos up. Leave a comment and post your essay here, and I will take a look at it for you. And good luck with your essays.